Welcome back to Sister Circle Live. Our next guest is on a mission to help women and people of color navigate the world of work, make more money, and position themselves as industry-leading experts. And today she is here to help all of us to do the same. Please welcome career and leadership coach Kimberly B. Cummings. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We are ready to be informed, but I'm going to break down some stats here, so I'll refer to my card here. According to a Nielsen survey, 18% of the U.S. population, women of color, represent only 4% of C-level positions in 2018, falling below white men and white women. So white men at 68% and white women at 19%. Does graduating from a prestigious college actually help in business?
The crazy thing is that studies show that it doesn't help.
I didn't think so.
Like that even if you came from Harvard or Yale, you're still on the same playing field as a minority. I think the issue really, we have to think about how to position ourselves as leaders in the workplace. But on the company side, they also have to work on diversity and inclusion practices. Like how do you recruit and retain diverse professionals and put them in positions to advance?
Why 4% for us, though? Why just 4%?
I think it's really, we have to work on the positioning part. Positioning, of course, is discrimination and bias.
Yes.
But we have to work on the positioning too.
My goodness.
This is discouraging.
Yes.
Considering we work very hard, we teach our children to work very hard in school to be able to get into these prestigious colleges and universities. And the fact that that doesn't matter when they get out is absolutely... That just got on my nerve. I'm not going to lie to the people. That just really got on my nerve right then. But let's talk about women of color and how they are with their jobs. Or Ms. Quadri has something.
Well, I was just going to say really quickly, but I know it got on your nerve, but I'm really happy to kind of hear that. So for people who have attended HBCUs and schools who are not in the big
on the same playing
it's
field.
like, hey, listen, let's run the race. Let's do it, you know?
So we're all on the same playing field. That's what she just stated.
And that's a good point, Ms. Squad. Because actually, that is another incentive to say, hey, go to the HBCU. Go to the HBCU, same education, same opportunities.
And you can still have a seat at the table.
Absolutely.
I think the problem is that we're not learning how to be professionals in school. So I think that's why the playing field is equal. There's classes, there's career centers, but you're learning how to go to school. You're learning how to take tests. You're not learning what is it like to be a professional in the workplace.
I also think during that time of being in college, it's very important to establish that resume as a leader. You understand what I'm saying? So I think
internships as well.
Exactly. And to perform well in those internships, because then that will pretty much set you outside of the realm of what one is thinking of you, or how they're perceiving you.
The experience.
And how to create your resume.
Exactly.
Because we're not really taught that in college as well.
There you go.
So let's talk about how satisfied women of color are, on the job and with their jobs.
So the crazy thing is that studies show that we are actually satisfied with the work that we do. We're proud of the work that we do. We are excited about our industries, but what we're not excited about is the opportunity for advancement.
There's no upward mobility.
Exactly. Like there's not a clear path, or we're not being promoted appropriately, so we end up leaving and just not being excited about our work.
Oh my goodness.
It is very discouraging. How many times have you seen someone be promoted over you who doesn't do the work that you do at all? I've seen that a lot.
Absolutely.
You know, where someone is kind of just riding the wave, but yet and still they fit the bill, whether if it's their, nationality or, their relationships that they have within the organization.
But they don't, their work ethic is not even comparable.
At all. And I've seen that.
Yes.
Which
my
is
sister
complain about it a lot. Especially my older sister who's in nursing, in the nursing field. She said it takes place a lot in the nursing field.
Wow.
It does.
All right, so I just want to talk a little bit about the roles of leadership with African American women. How can we change the tides, and how can we become more of a visible component in the executive arena?
So I was watching yesterday, of course, to make sure I prepared for today, and y'all talked about the CFOs. Studies show that when you are a senior level executive as a woman, you do better. Like there is actually advancement opportunities there, not advancement, but you have a financial impact on the organization. So I think it's when you're able to break through the door, they say that females do better because we have more pressure. But use that to your advantage and always use qualitative and quantitative metrics to talk about the work that you do. It is so important to quantify.
So we've got to work it well, then we got to sell ourselves, then we're responsible for opening the door for another sister to have a seat. So much pressure is on the black woman. Will it always be like this? Because we're having the same conversations over and over again, and it's like, when is it gonna be okay for us to just do a good dang job?
I wish I had an answer.
And be seen for that job, you know, instead of like, oh, she's amazing, but you know, she's minority, so we can't really do it, you know, I owe the favor to Jeff over here, you know, and, you know, he's been waiting on it, but Jeff hadn't, you know, made any real contributions to the company. So how do you do that? And also tell me, or help to explain, what are some of the most pertinent relationships that we need as African American women to be cultivating in helping us kind of climb that ladder in the corporate arena?
And that's the missing piece. I think that ties everything together. We need mentors and we need sponsors. So mentors are that person who you can come to day to day. You can walk in and ask, hey, my boss just said this. How do I have a great conversation about this later? How do I prepare for my performance appraisal? But the key point that a lot of us are missing are sponsors. And sponsor the people who can pick you up from where you are and bring you to where you'd like to be, because they have the influence and the power to lift you up.
Right.
Essentially, we talk about a lot of our peers have that. That's why sometimes Jim got promoted instead. We have to make sure that we're able to navigate
we have someone in the room who's speaking on our behalf.
And that person necessarily doesn't have to be a person of color. You just need someone to have. We need allies everywhere.
Exactly.
My goodness.
Is this why you talk about proactively positioning yourself? Is that what you mean when you say proactively positioning yourself in others?
Yes, 100%. When you're looking at your career, so many times, especially with minority communities, we believe that I have my resume, and that's all I need, a resume, and I'll apply to jobs and I will get it. But there's so much more. You have to actively find mentors, teachers, coaches, be at the events, position yourself as a leader, get on higher level projects, and that's how you position yourself for advancement.
And you have a new book for people of color to kind of formulate their own strategy. Talk to us a little bit about that before we let you go.
I like that.
No, I'm so excited. So my book will be coming out in June 2020. It's called Next Move, Best Move, and it's about strategy. I think the conversations we're having today are amazing, but we need to have a body of work that teaches you how to navigate the world of work so you can do it on your own. Not everyone can hire me or another career coach or have that sponsor. So the book is going to take you through my process of putting yourself first in your career and creating opportunities for yourself.
Well, thank you so much.
Getting to know those decision makers. You know, I think that's very important.
That's very important. Well, thank you so much for all this amazing, valuable information for career coaching, workbooks, and all things Kimberly. Please go to her website, manifestyourself.com. Thank you so much, Kimberly. Up next, we started on this conversation yesterday, but we have more to say. Maternity leave and starting a family. Are we as career-driven women being supported? Stick around. You don't want to miss the conversation.
Not so much.
I know, right?
No, not so much.
My glass.